Hey, welcome back, bookworms and constant readers. Today we are going to talk about Lindsay Ellis's Axioms End. This is book one of the Numina series, I think is what it's called. Yeah, Numina series. Book two is out, and I think book three is on its way. Like all reviews, let's talk about the cover first. I have the paperback for this cover. It's really a cool cover. It reminds me of like an old recruiting poster from like World War II. It's very very colorful, very cool. Very cool cover. I don't know that it really has anything to do with the story, but very interesting cover. I like the colors they chose, the orange, the black, this cream color. It is very eye-catching. It's not all that great sitting on a shelf, and it doesn't match with book two, which book two I have the hardback in. But I had a lot of people recommend this book to me, and I was always told that it was kind of like the X-Files, and it sort of is. This is your classic like government UFO. First contact cover-up type story. And a lot of people, I've seen other reviews on this book, and they talk about there's nothing original, that it's kind of, the story's been told before, blah, blah, blah. And I really have to disagree with that. Sure, the government cover up of UFOs, first contact. Okay, it's been done, but Lindsay does some really cool stuff in here that I personally haven't seen done before in this way. So like. The whole story of this book revolves around this girl named Cora. And her dad is a government whistleblower who blew the government UFO cover-up like wide open, releasing all these like secret memos and stuff. And he's on the run from the FBI, the CIA, Department of Defense. I mean, the government wants to shut this girl's father up. And this girl, wants nothing to do with her father. She just wants to live her life and try and, ignore what's going on. And all the while, there's these strange events that keep happening. And they're all related. And Cora finds out really quickly that she is going to play a key role in our government and the aliens. She has an alien break into her house, and then while she's chasing this alien, these government vehicles go flying by her. She calls her mom, and her mom basically just tells her to run. And so now she's on the run from the government as well. Well, the alien actually takes her and puts a tracking implant in her neck, and then puts another implant in her ear, and she can understand what this alien is saying, and they can communicate with each other. And so they basically decide to turn themselves in to the government. You find out that there's this other alien race that is tracking these aliens that wants to kill them, and there's like this whole like governing body of aliens. The story gets confusing, I'm not gonna lie. Some stuff is not explained very well, and basically this like governing body is going to destroy Earth just because of how they've advanced, and they could pose a future threat to these people. And this this alien who goes by the name of Ampersand is basically making Cora be his translator. And the government wants all these answers. They have all these questions, and Ampersand refuses to answer a lot of them. And the government wants to learn their language. They don't want Cora involved because they don't trust her because of her father. Even though they have no proof that she's had any contact with her father. They believe that, she is working with her father. And so the whole story revolves around the alien Ampersand, Cora, and dealing with the government in this first book. And you really get frustrated with Cora because Cora, she makes some really like dumb decisions, and you're like, why did you do that? Cora's kind of annoying. Cora does have a family member, an aunt, who used to work for the government, that's like hiding a ton of shit from Cora. She knew about the aliens and didn't tell Cora, and her involvement is much bigger than Cora thought. There are parts in this book where it really kind of drags, and you're just like, what is the point of this? Can we move the story along? I didn't think the writing was bad. It was just really boring in parts. And then the whole hierarchy of the aliens and why they're doing what they're doing, oftentimes it gets lost. I did buy book 2, and I'm going to read book 2. I don't know if I would necessarily recommend this book. It is kind of like the X-Files. I will agree with people who told me that, but I didn't like it as much as the people who recommended it to me. And I really like alien cover-up type stories. Ones that I think are better, I don't remember the author, but I think it's the Area 51 series. Those are really good. They're better than this. But like the X-Files comics are better than this. But yeah, I was kind of, when I finished this, I was just like, it was okay. It wasn't anything like, super impressive or anything that was like, oh my God, it was okay. On my rating scale, I give it a 3 out of 5. It was okay. One cool thing though, if you decide to read this book, throughout the book, let's see if I can find one real quick. They have these pages that are like memos. It's like you're reading a government type memo. And some of them, if I can find one, I know there's one in the very beginning. Yes. So you'll get, I don't know if you can see this or not. So you get like these memos and they have, you know, the black box redactions. Down here at the bottom, and you'll see this throughout the book, they have these websites that you can visit. I highly, highly recommend checking out the websites that are in this book. At least once. It's funny. I think you'll get a kick out of it. If you have a sense of humor like I do, you'll think it's funny. You won't be annoyed. But it's totally worth checking out. It's one of the cool things. I know this is an older book, so y'all might know the story behind the websites in this book. But yeah, definitely I would check the book out just for that. As far as the story and characters, I really don't like Cora. I really don't dislike Cora. She's one of those characters where it's like, you should like her. She is like, you know, the hero of the story, but she's so like one-dimensional that I really don't care if she lives or dies. And Ampersand is the same way. You know, I think like in a story like this, you should really either dislike or like the aliens, and honestly, I really don't care either way. So yeah, Axioms End by Lindsay Ellis, 3 out of 5. I'm not going to say you have to read it. You could totally skip it and you're not missing much. If you like sci-fi and like alien first contact government cover-up stories, check it out. That's all I have for you. Coming up on the channel, I am currently reading Stephen King's Duma Key. I'm about halfway through that. I'm also reading Star Wars Into the Dark. That is actually the first book in the new canon now. I'm about halfway through that. So one of those two will be up next on the channel. Hopefully in just a few short weeks, because I do have a lot of free time now that school's out for the summer. That's all I got for you in this video. Till next time, read more books.